We are here today with Moe Bandy. Make sure I say that right. We messed it up earlier in our conversation. Moe, you've got some new music out. Oh my gosh, you have had so much stuff in your career. I can't even rattle it off. The list is so long. Talk about the new stuff, what you wrote, some of the special meanings to it.
Well, I've got a new CD coming out. It's called Lucky Me, and I went back and got Jimmy Capps and I've known Jimmy many years. Played guitar on my earlier records, and we decided to go in and Jimmy produced the album and played great on there. And we went back and got a few of the older players that we used to use, and we just tickled to death. And then the Oak Ridge Boys and Riders in the Sky and Ricky Skaggs came in and sang some songs with me. So what a thrill that was. We're very excited about it.
Absolutely. And I know that the project, I've heard it, I've had a sneak peek, it's amazing. Bill Anderson wrote a special song for you. Tell us how that came to be and kind of about that song.
We were on a cruise together, Bill Anderson and I, and Bill was telling me about a song he's writing. He said, I had you in mind when I was writing it. And it's got a lot of the Hank Williams, it's about Hank Williams, and it's got a lot of the Hank Williams lines that he had written in his songs. And so he went to the publishing company, and he said, what do I do about this? And they said, well, you need to give Hank a third of the song. So I like to say that Hank Williams and Bill Anderson wrote this song.
There you go, there you go.
But it's called I've Done Everything Hank Williams Did But Die. And it's a fun song. It really, the way Bill wrote it and put all these words together, these titles and the songs and everything together is really neat.
Well, you couldn't have a better legend writing a song for a legend. So
well, you know, when Bill Anderson writes a song and he mentions it, you better listen.
That's exactly
quick.
right. That's exactly right. And you produced this, right?
Right. Jimmy Capps and myself.
You
Yeah,
both
we
produced it.
Uh-huh.
Do you enjoy that aspect of it just as much or more, or do you enjoy the songwriting and performing part of it more?
I enjoy the songwriting and performing. Jimmy did most of the producing, but I really like the singing the songs, all the technology nowadays, and all the people behind on the other side of the microphone. I'll let them take care of that.
Now I'm looking through the song list as we speak, and you've got some pretty cool writers on here, plus you've written some.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have somebody that you enjoy writing with, that you really click with, that seems to be one of your go-to people?
Well, the one song that we wrote on here, I wrote it with a boy that played guitar for me years ago, and he now plays for John Conley, that guy named Steve Seckler. He and I wrote one of the songs, but I've had the opportunity to write with some of the great writers over the years, and years ago I loved to write with Whitey Schaefer, who wrote a lot of my songs.
Absolutely.
And people like that. And I've written some songs, but I've had these great writers write for me. I've been lucky.
Have you been testing these out on some of your live shows to kind of get a feel what the audience is liking more than others?
I've been checking it out on the shows, and it's they've worked so far. That's good, and I love to do that. You go in front of a live audience and say, "Look, I've got a new song. I want to see what you think about it." And of course, they're going to clap, but a lot of times you'll get a little bit more.
Sure, you can always tell.
You can tell.
Yeah,
Sure
yeah.
can.
Any of these songs a little bit more personal, or have a piece of you that was maybe hard to write, or that you felt like you just needed to get out in a song?
Well, there's several songs that have a lot of feel to it. Had a song called "It Was Me," and we've got a song called "Long Live the Cowboy," where I talk about the old Western movies with all the cowboys and out on the range, and it's really a fun song, and it's really me. I mean, I love that kind of song.
Well, it's very traditional country for the most part.
Right.
Everything on here is very traditional, which I love. And, you know, we talked earlier about the new social media and everything, how it affects us. How are you utilizing that in what you're doing? Are you online? Do you do social media, or do you have people do it for you?
We have social media. We have Facebook, Twitter, all that. I have somebody that does it for me, but I come on there and answer questions and do some. I don't have time to stay with it every day, but it's been great for us. The people we can reach is just amazing, and every once in a while we'll just start calling them, and I'll talk to them and surprise them, you know, and the feedback you get, of course, is just fantastic.
Absolutely. There's nothing like reaching out to someone that doesn't expect it. And,
Right.
Yeah.
And that's fun.
Yeah. What's been some of the funnest reactions that you've had, or something that's happened because of something like that?
Well, most of the people, they don't believe it's me, and they just I've had some people I'll call and they'll just say, no, it's not you. This is a trick, and so I have to do I almost have to send them my ID to prove that it's me. But it's a lot of fun, and I love to do that.
When you go through, I mean, obviously you've got fans that have followed you for years, probably children and grandchildren of fans by now. Do you selectively kind of pull out some that maybe you've met over the years, or is it just totally random based on a remark that they've made? How do you choose?
We just kind of look at the remarks they made and go through it random and do it. All the people we call usually don't, I've never met them before. They might have seen my shows, but I've never personally met them. And so it's fun.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a lot of fun.
Yeah. I've had a few of those surprise calls where I never expected that person on the other end of the line, and it kind of throws you, you know.
Oh, it's
so,
funny.
yeah.
First thing they do, you'll never believe who's on the phone here, you know.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So when you do meet and greets at your shows, I'm sure you get a lot of stories and people that tell you how this song or that song affected them in a personal way. Have you ever taken part of that message that they brought to you, and has it sparked a new song?
I have. I've done several songs like that, and I've heard a lot of stories. Song I have, Till I'm Too Old to Die Young. I have so many stories of people that were very ill, about to die, and they heard that song and encouraged them to stay with us a little longer. And I've heard so many stories, and it really shows how powerful music is. It's just amazing what we do when we record. That's the reason we got to be careful what we record about.
Absolutely, absolutely. How long has this been in the making? How long have you been working on this project?
Actually, I've been working over a year on it, and we've been hunting songs and getting ready to do it and rehearsing and the whole thing, because I really wanted to make it one of my best albums, and I think we've done that.
Tell us a little bit about your process on how you pick out your songs, because some artists have a team that kind of goes through and pick them, and others are it's 100% them. What do you prefer to do?
With Jimmy Capps and I sit down and we got first we put the word out, we was cutting, and we just got loads of songs. I mean, it was just amazing, which I was just honored about that. And then we sit there and we go through them and listen and listen and listen and pick out 40 songs maybe out of the bunch, and then we'll narrow that down. And it was a fun process, because you never know when you're going to see that piece of gold in there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when you're looking at songs, are you thinking strictly radio? Are you thinking strictly live performance? How do you envision and pick which songs go where, and you know, because obviously not every song is going to be a radio hit, but it may be an amazing live performance hit. So how do you find that balance? What's your way of doing that?
Well, I like to take a song and listen to it and imagine what I would do with that song, where I would take it and my song, and I just try to get a really good song, and where it goes from there is just up to the folks.
Sure. Well, we are looking forward to having you on our show. You're going to be at the Live on Broadway with Digital Rodeo, and it's going to be a very fun day. And we're excited to have you join us. And
I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much fun.
It is going to be fun. And we look forward to talking to you again and getting your music out to everybody. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're very
Enjoy it.
welcome.